Eye Ensa TV Oboroso bw'umugusi.
Mwanchumo rira ya Ensa TV no mugoroba undumu yake gimana ntukumira na asembeo na boiga nukugera kwane buna kwagenderero bya aseri tukorigima asemero byago asekereke mokiri kware gukora na boiga nogendera tukubwati Ensa TV kuro chinse 12 cheke mambi gwikira boni gana ndi chiaragire Ensa Eyemo ya bono butuko ya Afrika ya mochenga kyuka nyorama ya aseri tukeriga ya kabero mutenyo gatano na kabere umwaka we chile fuibere 25 na rimo tusange ase obwamo wetera senchira yo mutandao wekerera sesemeri ya YouTube Ensa TV namba mawasiliano nigegendere tuweta insabu ase TV yago korende nigere noti sano na ibere sano na isatu isano na isatu isano nemo isano nemo isano nemo isano nemo isano nemo isatu tusanga asubwamo ari habasaki baito barigarira ase obutuko bwabone Eliane Ishmael Mogere asomo chakana omugoroba obono magigaye Ensa TV tariki 15 nemo mutinyi ugatano narimo mwaka w'ikili 2025 narimo kumurekera umusaye Rogers Musagwe uyo uchageti obisi ya Jubilee mwaye ase ukurike bagwatani ba Jubilee bosa ase kenyoro Kyanyamongo eward ya Nyama yese mu yebunge ya West Mugrango ime county ya Nyamira asikorenda bwate ukoremerwa nigo lero asirirwe n'uyo kurigekerwa cy'uburayi bw'abasubati ase county ya Nyamira insi ya Jubilee Mary Migiro nigo Mary Migiro amusira n'ibiro gebyo birachigutumekwa ase obisi iyo kakwanekerekyo Migiro nigo abolira bamenyi be county ya Nyamira basoke eri bakare amonchiriri y'uburayi anene mono asekerwa cy'abasubati eriyo gwikera abatari kwenyara buno musekete Steni yari kembonde agotumanya asubwagare
Mega Ensa TV komorekera umusawe myaka 25 asamarieta Rogers Musawe kurwa sekenyoro Kyanyamango ikigotoka sebunge ya West Mugrango me county ya Nyamira oyo chageti ya bene obisi ya Jubilee asaberega kurika babwatani munabana chama ba Jubilee asensemeyo asekorenda bwato boremeru asenyombe ya bene nigoritkoria rera atwara mogonko monene mega yo ya ikirogo kiyoboterwa basubati Nyamira musubati Mary Migiro komosira nebirogo
asamarieta igongoro kwa Rogers inde Musagwe gaiganinka abuna riri na batebedi na bwato muroberi bwo guchakia mangana registration ya Jubilee masana ngateba ngantu bwate kangenene yo guchikumubwati cyo musike Dr. Fred Matiangi ande ngaranga ntu abwato bolemeru obonene ntu asabete none birogo igatura abeto gwikaransera ekere buna bagaka buna ababachire itangana kabisa ngo ireri bageri kumwagero mwishimiwa Mary Migiro asengenja igure lyogieri aikire paka seito gaiga atoleta ire birugo usebona bagaga bono njengo muteingambu yamono na ndembu yamono iganya sa moseni
kago kwanekerekyo ni goro cha Musawe agokere getambukero ekyo giesire ekyo genta tebirengana che kogendra korikia bana chama banke asenseme ya Amayia eyuere ensinyo
ntungo teba dole ntogo chikumubwati mboro yo jire ne aroyo bono na barai bande we chame ya Jubilee umweshimiwa kamosina ngakerte simi agande bingo cha arenge kututarira gaiga na ndato support igo bado ntuganye to mwishimiwa kamosinere karaji chegaiga akobo konya to weke chinguru egero bisi ya itegendere to goiko mwako 2027 to chikonyoranga tweri kiriko baba na chama bonsi pia seri nyolebi byaito babira bana chama ba chama ki Jubilee ya Jubilee egero to chikobwati cyo yo mindo Dr. Fred Matiangi asobo choli borobona
asensemo y'abanyakenyoro nigekerekyo bagokere getambukero giesire yuo
mintu Mary Migiro nere na rotolete biroge biga nere na roli numusubati umuya nere kwa timangana atangutangu kusekero kende muna kolore kan muntu mubura agene na kombo muswahili umuntu murongole nere na batu mubegete twa mubekire mabuka itunga asako bakagutarira enseme ya chacha aige segetuwe ke Jubilee Nyamango nabatora murabe n'umwana umuyare ndoje nera tabati matatiso na matu amubekire asilist lito ngabana bo abantu ndoje ba turoje ba kiranye
Asensemo yokorie kero kiboteni bwa basubati Nyamira musubati Meri Migiro nigekere kya kwana irenganire buya burayi bwa basubati Nyamira wonjoro lya somo ko 2027 nakobeka esiro hase baria batari kwenyara nigekere kyo Migiro asabirenganire buya abamenyi besokie na kwerikia munaba kichikura yekone kingango chigochora baro murayi umuya somo ko 2027
Niki mwateba yo gutanga naye guki
gutanga ko konyore gisaje ya
gisase no kirasi muri kagikire
gutanga ni
anyore gisaje
muminchori meta
tanga na mosara
la muminchori imi tanga na mo mosara ibu
ngikeme ujore nkalio kagata ko wakena
oliore nkai kubana ro kasara ibu no yo kominchori
uyo
soka muminchori imi tangana mosera ibu la mincho irimi ono ndega
Steven Nyarikembonde Ensoko TV Nyamango West Mogrango county ya Nyamira
Asense moyende musasirotu we kanisa ya Katoliki we parish yetago imiense moye bunge ya South Mugrango Benjamin Ndemo ikagikiri bikoro bya banasiasa gutumeka abana b'abantu anena basaye asugwikirania chiburaburu wekisegi echo chiairira abantu abange weitirania amanyinga naboigo kwenekia amakweri Ndemo kwana boigo nigo hagosire serikali ase bikoro byogocherero kwa basaye abo bakwamereria serikali chinga kiecho boigo nigo oyo bwateganga yoguchekorie kerugo kya basubati ase county ya Kisii Rosorondo neraburi abantu bonsi kubiko morembe anene chinga kiechi igaturuche asobochero bonene bw'umwaka ugocha
kagukwana chinga kichemisa yabangina ase parish yetago imeye bunge ya South Mugirango nigo musasiroti Ndemo yora emiseyo agikeri bikora by'abanasiasa byogotumeka abana b'abantu asukurwana bamwabo abo batari kogenderana igesiasa
abantu abandi banse gususurwa bagususuru umuntu akwikirwa wakwemya ikaunti yaito usomo gusini general tabu atietabi yo witera manyinga lakini of late mwise koligeria etabi yo witera manyinga ya guchire gusiga na isiko ya gusiga
Omusasiroti Ndemo nigagendera korokia ugotako kigo kwae kubotekana n'ebikoro bya serikali gutumika chinguru wetania kerengo gusa abduction kuchiasaba sabake au bakwamereria serikali
abamukuru kunganimwe abasati amangana ya kirege kanemo bonge ase kaunti ya Kisii na ase Kenya kimanga utekaji nyara sio kitu ya heshima katika taifa. Hatuwezi kujifunia utekaji nyara kwa watoto wetu na kuuawa kwa watoto wetu ili watu wapende serikali.
Kulingana na Ndemo bikora buni bikogendera koleta ububisegati y'abananchi amone serikali.
Okongento kwa bantu bagende kongenta abantu abana b'abantu bali innocent abana b'abantu bali ndetse family bagende kongento okonkoli w'igikoreko murembe Ndemo bagususura abantu Ndemo obisa bokogendera kuba kadiye serikali
nasenzema ya Rosorondo yobwateganga yoguchikubolia ekerugo ky'abasubati ase county ya Kisii akwanerengana ye discipline asabana yasirwa munabangi naho baikirana asemiseyo
inga discipline yeyareko kare yaitwa kinende twakumine kumoko twaleko yewe punishment kera twabasire yeyaniwe egera abana bagenda gusema cy'umanyanga igo batakire kuyiwera bantabanene abana baita abana basambire school na obeke asengi tubaye bigire kurukunga a child's right
Rondo ni gabuli abayibuli kweneke buna ngokwanera bari abana babo nabayigo kubabeka asamasabo
okwerera bantarara somo nene inga tuyiwe egera abantu bitonya ari kuyiwera tigatukuana n'abana baitu ekiara twaranaine kigori kiri mutwabono neke
chinga kechecho nigaburia kero yomo kweneke buna nkubekare omorembe hanene chinga kechiga torochie asobochorio bonene
tusabira abarayi bari borobono tusabira n'abarayi bari bakurigikigura tokukigwakira tukikirisente tutwara omurembe asituri omurembe uko cyakana inzu yuko cyakanaye ucyakana ite
ko ripota rigeta senigia Nsoko TV kurwa se bunge ya South Mugirango ncheria tanaporinaris kama
Yemero musekeita kama asokwargania roboti rukura county ya Kisii asense moyendo mugambi we sub location ya Sirate Kitutu North location ya wadi ya Magombo ensemo ye bunge ya Kitutu Masabe county ya Nyamira nigorero araese giyo kwenye bamaru atanchiri gose echanga asebinyoro biria akugamba kaukwana nabarikia mangana akuru asense meyo nigatebirese giyo yo onyare gakojebwa ale gwetera buna gesaswa asobugambi abange amarwa gose abayengia marwa bachakirego kyana asense moyende nigo agosira abanyekenyero babe mutwe na boigo bagendere kumubwatesia asese giyo buno musekeito Vincent Monda agotumanya asobwime
Nekenyero Nsoko emambe yerituko lya rero tokonyorana nabo bisaba banyumba 10 amono mugambi wensemeye ya Sirate Patrick Omari bo batalire kurwa chinsa kyanda chiri mambe asese giyo kurwania marwa tanchiri asichinga chekenyero kya gucha amona mukomoni
rituko lya rero etwaboka sadisa twaminyoka nagotebinga abantu babere mbale balega kenyero kya gucha yo monara ari kenyero kya bwa boto twansira bwa boto tweta umuchioyo twanyora maruta bwate twamenya kurwa twacha asekenyoro eke kya gucha twanyoranga oyomo tabwati oyu wanchire gokoraki gotiga
kurwa sabanto batano na batatu barenga abanki byatachinsa mechi nigena mbiyo yarakanego kya egento boiga bo bisaba banyumba 10 bagoteba mbachikobe kumukya elikone kya marwa ya asirire
ekenyoro eke kibwate amarwa ya eke kya gucha nakike abantu bali babiri nekinde nkire kya mukomoni kibwate omonto yomo nakinyamwararia narororo yomo ekenyoro kya mwaboto amarwa yantu yatagitia se ekenyoro yitu kyara iranira magenderero magega iranira kisemi magega na ndare tiro butantanu paka abana kerukende naro bakunyu bacu gusamba gisukuru bintu kubitaka igotore magega y'umugambi tubwate cy'umugambi erinda kure amangana ya East Blues
igonto tagete tubwate cy'umugambi ntori kurara nigo togotara botuko na mugaso ko yarigia garata tororenga marwa yake ire kurwe kenyoreke
gwetera omukyo monene abo bisaba banyumba 10 babegete nigo nende bakwire gatambukero na korose kibarasakira chingaki bunenchera yamoyo kubenyoria abana inchibuna amarwa ya tanchiri nigago siria magendero na boigo gusari obugima bwa basaye
twabere zokorosi parasororo asogo kwanira mono igoro ya marwa egeko ari kenyoreke abasaye barororo abange banyare ko bako nywa maru mono asenjere ne bazali okora kende gionse bamenjire goiba ingoko jigo bako iba jingoka asinge marwa nigo bagenda ko iba nyane matoke migondo asinge marwa na boye mejando ne menga yarekanire abasaye bazali kinguruororo aso okora mende yonsi bagwende ko babakwenyorera
amarwa asinge njato chandira itire paka abantu baminto basireirense bale ko support family jabo wana tole no bororo sana ntutoke tibande bandara ko chikunywa na ande bakuwe basiri obugima bwabo abana bachandike mbasoma wana go tutaite ko yasiria
lea gichaba obeire gakonia marwa ya tanchiri nigabeire gakubekwa byara kerengaki asabeire kagusibwa angeka wetani omwaka yamo umugambi ya Patrick nigabeire gakumukwanira atige bono nigagusegeta abangia morobuna ebyasale mbiri biya na ende mbibwati baitende
bana lende jabana ngalo dene gi byasale bimbibwati abyamaru bimbibwati besa neri tolerwanire njirende ngao
yamate yansemeye nigo bono yiri gatambukero na kubolia abangia morobuna chinchira chinde nchiro cyo kwanyorera ebisabu
soka kora gakondo kanyora 200 gore nyanya yao gore ligana lya gore sabuni ochosera nyumba
na nje gongo saba uno mugambi minta chakire yago siria maruga gongo saba tomo igwere aba bakoni amaru batia koni amaru ege ntoga tanga ntoga ende kanisa
tusaba nyasaye
gwetera omukio bonsi kurasabanya kinyoro kubwatisya omugambi nigo nendo omugambi Patrick abasabire bagendere kumubwatisya sesegiyeye
abantu baminto tiangireri bageri mbuya mono ekere mukubwatisya omugambi igo mwakonyire serikali yeino ekakugera amarwaya aretira mang'ana mange amabe abantu baminto banchire ngatiga batubwaterane amarwasire abana baito basome esukuru banyore chisemi egere mambi babe biongozi mugwanja boigo bono abantu baminto tigambate bingati muira na magega enchire mwambwate siri naho ninje naigure nga chinguru cyakora cyamenta bono tiga tubwaterane igo tosiri amarwa egere kinyoro gitu kirabe mugwanja boigo
Vincent Monda, Ensa TV.
Aranayo ilikuwa ni kibuna abanyanyimbo baria barasa umutima komaga y'emyaka yabo yobokoreria ngoika omweri onkonyora bari insurance yobocheru mubunge bwensemo ye bunge ya West Mugirango Stephen Mugaka nigaganire committee ekorigereria manganari ngetuburendi bwaime kwerera asubwaga rumurubiri obwe serikali igoro y'abanyanyimba abo Mugaka nigoboigo airire buna nigabanyanyimba bange bagwetera amakongu aomono asensemo yobochenu engakibachire asumutimoko engana kwanire kurase bunge enene aigasumucho Nairobi.
Currently, Mr. Speaker, retired prison officers are excluded from comprehensive medical insurance scheme. As a result, many of them, together with their dependents, struggle to access essential healthcare services, thereby exposing them to financial hardship and compromising their dignity as well as well-being. This situation, Mr. Speaker, is concerning given the nature of prison service, which exposes officers to occupational risks, stressful working conditions, and long-term health complications. The absence of adequate post-retirement medical cover undermines the welfare of retired officers who have served this country very diligently. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. Number one, a confirmation of the existence of a medical insurance cover for retired prison officers and their dependents, and if so, the reasons for the failure to facilitate their access to such facilities. Number two, the measures being taken by the government to establish a comprehensive medical insurance scheme for retired prison officers and their families and dependents, the dependents of these disciplined service officers. And finally, Mr. Speaker, the timelines the timelines within which the government intends to address the healthcare needs and welfare of retired prison officers and their dependents. Mr. Speaker, I ask for this statement when I am burying my own auntie, who is a retired prison officer and who has been struggling in hospital, and it is therefore imperative that the relevant departmental committee, which may also include Justice and Legal Affairs, because that is where the correctional services fall in, Mr. Speaker, they come with a response to at least address these senior citizens. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Asense mwende omurwaniriri bwobwene mwanya bantu Bobi Njagi niganyolero bosibone magega yekigambiro gya Kajiado kumubwatuka asi gutamonyora neri chiko ose neri mochorine lyonse magayaye kubuye kwa byara amo n'abanyanyimbo weterase abayegereri baye abubari mu wakili James Orengo Babu Wino Dan Manzo naboyego Eric Ngujeri nigoko bumubaruru kubure gucyase kyombe kya DCI kwene kebuna imbabwatiye gose imbabwatoboro bwoyisaine naboyego kubwatia richiko.
Those are more than 14 days the state wanted to detain the
to have the respondent detained. The respondent has appeared today as directed. The High Court has directed that he was to attend to court today. He has done that. From what I have gathered, it would appear that the investigations are not yet complete. The IO does not appear sure on when they will be completed. He is waiting for a report he believes will be ready in about a week. He is not sure about that timeline. So considering that this matter is now before the High Court, which granted bail, and there being no indication on when charges, if any, will be preferred, I order that this file be closed. The respondent will now attend the High Court directly on the 14th. So this one is closed.
But you can see the true nature of the Kenyan state, where the police and the state can take somebody to court, arrest somebody on trump charges. You had the whole story.
Yes.
That Bob Njagi has been in custody without a charge and without any investigations which have been concluded. That is the true story of the Kenyan state. So let us continue together, work together until Kasongo goes home.
But we thank the court. What has happened now, they have become real custodians of justice here in Kajiado, and we hope other courts will take the same example and defend the law, defend the constitution, and defend the people. I really thank them and thank God for what has happened to Bob Njagi. He's a free man now, and I believe he's going to fight this battle and win it.
The purported charge that was to be brought before him, an allegation of treason, is a charge that is supposed to make him stronger. And therefore, Bob, do not cow. We've seen a lot. We've gone through a lot from Uganda, here in Kenya. But we pray that everything shall be well. Continue with the spirit. The journey is one. I want to thank the courts for delivering a wise ruling, a ruling that has set aside. The file has been closed officially, and therefore Bob is free. He will not face any other charge related to prison because of the reason why, the reason for his arrest.
Asa nsemo yende nsi ya Kenya nigo yabekirese yugu cha kugendera kubwatirana n'ensi ya Italy asa mangana ringe toburendi amo na yandamange asa kwigwana ukwo kwara wano mu waziri bwobonendi bweme Kipchumba Murkomen nori bwensi ya Italy Matteo Patedosi nigo amangana bwatikaine noboke bago boigo obwonchereria borema mincheneri chiko niganyora libagali nene ase chinkwanicho bureko bwati.
There have been areas of training and capacity building. And which has covered such areas as anti-drug trafficking training, intelligence sharing techniques, counter-terrorism best practices, and bilateral cooperation. Very important anti-organized crime training, which is aimed at curbing transnational organized crime networks, which includes human trafficking, drug trafficking, and so forth. They have been training also, very important for us, of our General Service Unit Police to deal with riot control and crowd management, and high-risk operational training, including redeployment and tactical operations, and so forth. Our Directorate of Criminal Investigations benefited from the criminal justice and legal assistance by cooperating with your embassy here in Nairobi, training on the areas that I have mentioned. We have also, our Administration Police Service has got an opportunity for various training opportunities, high-level management courses in Vicenza in Italy. There has been United Nations trainings that were supported by the Italian government, and so forth and so forth. If I was to list, it's a very, very high list of benefits that have emanated from that cooperation. I must also say that the security landscape continues to evolve, presenting increasingly complex challenges that transcend our national borders, as you have rightly captured. These are areas like terrorism and violent extremism, transnational organized crime, cybercrime, trafficking in persons, illicit financial flows, and other emerging threats, which require stronger international partnership and coordination with proper responses. And these coordinated responses are extremely important, as you have captured, that we need to focus on new approaches that are such as route-based approaches, like you have rightly captured in your speech.
Nayo mubunge bw'ensemo y'ebunge ya Kiarundi ndi Nyoro nigamukire serikali anene use serikali anene asogusinywa gutanga na kwigo gokeania oboke bago n'obusari bogendere tukwenikiwe imeyense wetera ase bari bago tumekwa gwikirania kibura buru mono ase ensemo y'emesangerekano ukono kurwase ensemo y'ebunge iyo ya Kiharu engakiyo kwana na kibasari gucyase aborokiwa nigaherero buna ase amatuko abwango iga nigo abanyanyimbo babiri bago tumekwa ase enchera etari engia na igo gutaikirania oboko buna ebwenerete.
Kila siku tunaangalia runinga, tunaona siku hizi wahuni wanaenda mpaka kanisani kama vile tuliona All Saints. Kama askari wako hapo wamepewa orders na wakubwa wao waachane na hao wahuni. Nchi ambayo ilikuwa inapeleka askari kule Haiti kupigana na uhalifu kama hii na gunnism, ndio tu serikali yenyewe inafanya kazi kama gunnism. It is a very big shame. Na ni vizuri wajue, for any country to thrive, peace is very important. And we have a situation in the country where the disturbance of peace is coming from the government itself. Hatujawahi ona wakati mwingine kama huo, ati munakuja mkutano, munaenda siasa, ati fujo ile inatokea sio ya raia, ni serikali na wakubwa wa serikali wanatuma wahuni kuleta fujo. I think that is very wrong. Na Wakenya ni vizuri tukemee hiyo maneno, because we will not allow a few people to take our country into that slippery path. Tulipeleka askari Haiti, mchana wakipigiwa makofi. Wakirudi, walirudishwa usiku. Hata Wakenya hawajuagi askari wetu walirudi. Walirudi kutoka Haiti kama wameficha fichwa. Sasa kwenye tulienda kusaidia Haiti, kwani serikali ilikuwa inatumana Haiti Kenya isome mambo ya fujo na gunnism, kwa sababu ni kama walienda kusoma vile ya kuhatarisha maisha ya Wakenya wakati tuko na uchaguzi. Wakome hiyo maneno, kwa sababu haisaidii mtu yeyote, na hakuna Mkenya anaweza lazimishwa kupiga kura kwenye hataki kwa sababu ya fujo ya serikali.
Asanse moyendo morikyo monene bwa mangana y'abasai Fikrin Jacobs eritukuri rero nigo aikirubusyo bwo bisi yobotukia Nairobi Regional Criminal Investigations eryo korikia amangana bwatikaine nokukwa kumusai bwe myaka bwe 2023 manyekaine buna Cecil Ouma nigo akagirigusiria obugimo bwaye gwetera sokuraswa ritukuria Jumaine tariki 30 asomutie nyoeta karemeye gari umurikyo monene Fikrin ase epara yenyagitari ya Park Road Nursing Home egakorekyo nigo kyaene kigwa magega yoma komuchera Fikrin erikwego kibesa buna engeri ya magega yo kubasangireria abasaye abo abegetamu wekirana asumuyega bo kubasira abasaye asensemo ya Karioko county ya Nairobi. Fikrin nigo boigo atumire ngora yaye guchiase eamate yanyagusira.
I first and foremost want to take this opportunity to send my heartfelt sympathies and condolences to the family, friends and loved ones of the late comrade Cecil Ouma following his very tragic and untimely death. The circumstances around Cecil's death remain distressing and are of course subject of active investigations. I believe no family should have to endure such a tragic loss. I believe no youth should have his life end the way Cecil's did. And as such, I have responded to an invitation by the investigating agencies to record my statement as to what really transpired. And already, I think, as it was shared, 7 people, including 2 or 3 from my office, have already been summoned and equally shared their side. And my commitment is I will continue to make myself available for any investigation pertaining this tragic death. We will continue to support and make myself available upon request by the investigative agencies who are actively digging into this so that ultimately we can ensure that justice is done.
Miamano mwanchu murigere asoka chorege taseni gian soko TV na boigo kubwatia mo ya senchira yubwekiranu yense ya moya bono botuko ya Afrika ya mocha sebono niko tokorasi umirichiduka na nyuma yego semirichiduka ningana na yanda mange toskare ne TV yao.
Eye Nensoko TV Oboroso bw'umugusi onye kubwatari iboryo obosemia gusekero kende gyonsiguro y'emirobiri yaitu y'Ensoko TV twakeresimi ase namba 0788666663 gose tulikiriri kuri email ensokotv.ke@gmail.com boigo nabugo tutarira service itego toka samagacho hazina towers egoroba ya 5 narimo asumucyo munene o Nairobi. Ensoko TV oboroso bw'umugusi. Chuo kikuu cha Tangaza tumebobea katika kozi zifuatazo: PhD in Education, Masters in Theology, Bachelors of Arts and Communication, Diploma in Law, Certificate in Counseling Psychology. Tunafundisha TVET courses kama vile ICT, Diploma in Teacher Education. Tunafundisha lugha ya Kifaransa na Kijerumani. Kwa maelezo zaidi, wasiliana nasi katika anwani inquiries@tangaza.ac.ke au tupige simu kwa nambari 0722204724 au 0711713910. Unaweza kututembelea katika chuo chetu mji wa Karen, jiji kuu la Nairobi, Lang'ata Road. Tangaza University, kuelimisha akili, kugeuza mioyo na kubadili maisha. Ebago tebango yogose komo elio nero gose kabya. Maiga yokonyora mangana mange korwa segete senikia usigete Ensoko TV. Boni go yakirenga kingo koleta nganya sai. Nigonda koletro murobili kurkunga amegelio yebebelia. Murobili nigonda olete amuna basomba banyasae abu astra ko batukwegera lingana sobwagale. Nantali ya yoka nonyora matera noena masabo noboroli ntunyale koba tukurwa. Ayankira lituko liye sabato liya bande bagotanga Jumamosi abande batabanga Saturday chinsa 12 chamambia uweka chinsa ibere tomocha gekora nchumulisyo ngaga n'abasomba banyasaye ntokoletere umurubiri bw'eleso seseni. Eye Nensoko TV oboroso bw'umugusi.
Karibu na ndo mwanchumu ligere tuendele kwimanyia mange ase obotko bwa bono. Omugabana we county ya Kiambu Kimani wa Matangi nigabe krese yi yo gwanchirana budget yo mwaka bwe 2025 na 2025 na kabere ye county ya Kiambu eyuere kerengo bilioni 25 enuguteyemo. Korengana na wa Matangi nigaerere buna nige budget eyuera chikoba yenge nchomono iriko konya gwikirania magendero inse yo burayi bwaye.
We have gone to heights once again that were not envisaged earlier. In all the other budgets proposed, there is no other government that proposed a budget that has now passed with actual programs that was now heading to the 30 billion Kenya shillings in this county government ever before. But now if you look at the budget that we have both agreed upon, based on programs, actual programs, we are now heading to the 30 billion mark. And that means that even if we were to knock off what we will call our expenditure on emoluments and other expenditures, development itself is finding a voice. Sure. Yes. And probably one of the things that will be challenging even the control of budget when they are doing their reports is not to summarize the capacity and the work output by county governments only based on the disbursements from national government. Because when they scale that down to that consideration, that's why you find that they will be reporting that the development budget of counties is conscripted to maybe 1 billion, 800 million, because they are not considering the other expenditures and other resources that have come via other routes. With our budget, if you look at the execution of that budget, as it were, at no one time has this country sat to do what you'd call costing of functions. We normally work in an environment where it is you put your hand in the till to see what you have and look at the needs you have, and you try to splash to quell the fire. And that means to have the programs done. But there is no allocation of any revenue that happens anywhere in a county that's based on true expenditure. When you want to drive a mile, you ask yourself, how many liters of fuel will it take you to get to that destination? That is called costing. You know, yeah. When you want to purchase and sell at a profit, you say, I'll buy at 5 and sell at 7. 2 is called a profit. County governments cannot continue to function in this environment. Because if you ask somebody, what is the cost of rendering healthcare in Kiambu? Nobody knows. Even Treasury doesn't know. Even the Minister of Health does not know. So when they take 11 billion and send it to a county called Kiambu, that has a population of 3.5 million people, according to the World Health Organization.
Asense mwende omugabara gwe county ya Nakuru Susan Kika nigo aikabusi gwe committee ya Senate ya Public Accounts erikwena mabori goro yobo tumeki bwe kibesa insi oburayi bwaye aso mwaka bwe kibesa we 2024 buna ekubwatya asaire asobuime.
We are not talking of loss of funds here. We're just talking about prudence in management of resources.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, members. And I like that spirited debate because actually here we have an issue. One, without the logbooks, even if it's from 1902, we cannot dispose. I mean, we just cannot. We would run, we'll be in trouble. We actually, I'm being told that there's a time before my time where they tried to dispose such assets and they could not because there are no logbooks. So one is that issue of the logbooks. Two, for us, we have made a prudent decision based on finances that for the vehicles we have paid to have NTSA get us logbooks. Those are only the serviceable vehicles, not those that are sitting on stones. But I think, Chair, you have just cracked it. if we could get NTSA to give us waivers on the transfer for those that don't move, maybe at nominal value, then we would be able to dispose of those vehicles, and even if it's 1,000 here, 1,000 there, maybe be able to buy a new vehicle. So that has been a problem. We can't dispose because we don't have the logbooks, and we also cannot go get logbooks for vehicles that are actually not serviceable at all. On the land issue, so that was that on the vehicles. And on the land issue, as we said, we have 10 that we have involved the EACC. Thankfully, one has been returned. The other 9, the investigations are still ongoing. There's also an issue as far as some of the other land from the State Department of Devolution, or where they are not, initially they have to identify the land, value it, and then transfer it to us. So they keep telling us there's no budget. So there's also a financial implication that has made the progress very slow. So those are some of the issues as counties we are facing, but I also agree with you, and I think Senator Dulo said it very well. If you could have the GRTC people before the Senate, perhaps they can help hasten or kick the ball further down the road, because they really hold the key to unlocking a lot of this. And when they are slow, we are also grounded. Thank you, Chair.
Senator Sifuna, who might want to run for president, should note this very carefully. We can prepare a policy so that all these grounded vehicles to the government or counties and national should be taken to TVET for our sons and daughters to use for training, especially in mechanical.
Some of them are running archaic technologies.
It's a very good meeting, because as a county, we want to do better. We are big on transparency, and we want to make sure that the people of Nakuru County are getting value for money. So for us, we take this as a very important committee.
Asense moyende chinga ke serikali agendere chekwene ke buno bokoreri bwensi we serikali nkogenderera bore kurwega gwetera senchira yekerera so mutandao omanyekere buna e-citizen igo gwikera bono bokoreri bwekerengo kie chilifu yemerongo ebere na ibere wanganyiwe na kurwegwa gwetera se enchira yekerero korano muriki omonene we wizara y'oburendi bwaimerembo nomolo nigo aene kiribuna nige serikali buna chinchira rero ngo tumekwachire korengana neri chiko inse yekengese gya Computer Misuse and Cyber Crimes Act.
And over the last 4 years, the Ministry of Interior and National Administration has made significant progress in building some of these structures, building the capacity of our personnel, financing and coordinating mechanisms that are needed to strengthen our information and cybersecurity posture. We have reinforced the legal and institutional framework for cybersecurity through the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act and the operational role that the National Computer and Cybercrimes Coordinating Committee continues to undertake. It has provided a national coordination mechanism for detection, investigation, and response to information and cyber threats. In practical terms, the NC4 serves as a one-stop coordinating point where incidents can be reported and where the relevant member institutions or agencies can be able to provide support. Some of these agencies include the National Police Service, the National Intelligence Service, the Kenya Defense Forces, Communications Authority of Kenya, the Office of Data Protection Commissioner, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. E-Citizen platform, for example, tells this story much clearly. What began as an online access point for selected government services has become the backbone of our digital public service delivery architecture. Today, it hosts more than 22,000 government services, serving more than 15 million users and processing approximately half a million transactions daily, with close to 1 billion generated each day. Also seeing a major digital revolution in the health sector, including the digitization of the health records. We now have the Digital Health Authority. Of course, we have the Social Health Authority, which is supporting the transformation in our healthcare. This transformation is improving convenience for citizens, expanding access to services, and strengthening revenue visibility. That now we have a lot of access and view of our revenue and even the resources. That we may not say it as much, but is also helping us to deal with the challenge of corruption.
Ase ensemo yende omu administrator we kiama kia UDA asorgongo rwagusi ase erieta Caleb Ndieki ase ritko lya rero nigo akwanire chinkuma chigenderete ime yorogongo rwagusi igoro yamangana bwatkaine no kubaga chingongo gesiasa nigairere buna ekiama kia UDA nigo kira chikubeka barwaniriri ase birugo byonse bi ime yorogongo rwagusi kuro mugabana wikakeria kyo bwemsiye na kuboria baria bakoligia ebirugo kweroberia erio kwerikia
Caleb Ndieki nche no mu administrator we kiama kia UDA gagusi rero igona chankwane na abagusi ba minto abana chama bane ba UDA elinde mbate ya mangana abera atatu sababu abange babo banga approachiri bankwaneire bakomboli ngambate to kobolie ibirogo awo kuru kiama gitu kia UDA orobo MCA orobo MCA obo jumbe obo governor obo senator lakini ndende banyore concerning UDA inga yamuire nga bono broad based tobate ko rugusi ntoko beka abantu bande birogo tokore zoning ntagete ko batebiga nga as a party ntora ikase togo kwanira nga ntagete nga bono ntori ko beka monto kerogo kende gyonse yako ero mwaka 2022 etualenga opposition lakini gusiga igago sekisi county we were able ko beka abantu bonse pie birogo ko robo MCA obo governor na gochigoro so ntaite ko batebye nga abantu ba minto bali boko lyebirogo ao kurwa se kiama geto kia UDA twalebo kogera as a party intotagete toire birogo ebinge gekora ntunintu single majority party ebwate birogo ebinge gusiga byo bojumbe so ntoka comment birogo ebiro kurwa se birogo binde mbake birogo binde go chigole binge kurwabu ntotagete konyoro mugabana o UDA ase county ya Kisii tagete konyoro mo senator kurwa sikiama kia UDA se county ya Kisii na abanda abange including o women rep wanonko wasabanga enga kiyeiga inwe bange join ekiama ligie birogo motete ko ligia so that ne chigo ikenga kinganto igwane kwanyoranga to koigwana tora strong party tali to koigwana tabu ati bantu bakoligie birogo ense yeiga ebyama binde byonsi emu yae no kolio borai so ekiama gitu kia UDA gonko encourage nga ntora ikera ase togoteba nga bono ntoriko beka kerogo ase montogete ntoriko beka chama itoriko beka kerogo geita ase obogabana ase obo senator so far ito taite kiama gitu strong because gusiga iga UDA nere more popular than ebyama binde so gegoteba kana nga kiama gitu ngekobeka monta ase gete eyunte teko batebing obuno bokora na ande ntora ikera iga as a party so we are planning to have ebiongozi koru chinsamo chonse pitia gusi bakoboli birogo bya UDA go chakiranse go chigoro so ngo batebinga genderera inu nchua so bonge to isaranse toro si party yaito elinde to irobora iwa gusiga iga asante sana
Arenayo mobunge wensemo ye bunge ya kitutu chache South Anthony Kibagendi amono yo kurige kirgo kyobo bunge kurwa sensemu ye bunge ya nyaribali chache David Nyamweya nigo besokire na kwariga ni abana inchi bonsi borogongo rwagusi abu asiri tukuri ankyo asomoroberio olinda mwana inchi asabara ibebyo berombe yo bakurago no senator we county ya Nairobi Edwin Sifuna na bara Ivande buna Richard Onyonka na bonsi bara nyare go changire byombe byabangina ime ya musoche nabo ego kora itaro ime yemechi au ime county ya Kisii niko baganiryo botwerero no morembe kwene kiwo mono aburi tukuri ankyo na kugikeria ebikoro binde byonsi byoboke bago ase musangirikani yonsi
abagusiba minto ne marago bengia twanyarire kumerana nabariki kuruchi nyomba cyobuliki awao litanga nitaite ko batayimbia mono na ndembia mono ase support mwabere mogotoa ase support mwabere moko alinda mwananchi ase support mwabere moko Fred Okengo Matiang'i mambi tubwata abageni bagocha Gusii abageni bagocha Sobonge kuruchi nsemo cyonsi cya Kenya tubwata abachumbe yange 18 bakora no mu senator ito Senator Richard Onyonka tubwate Edwin Sifuna tubwate Babu Wino tubwate James Orengo tubwate Governor Kang'ata n'abachumbe banda abange na kurugusiga mu maite no tore na barongo na Gisairo n'abachumbe bande kurugusi bataite gotujoin including omweshimiwa Osero na Senator Okongo Mugeni naende ntokabwate paka chi aspirant chinyinge koru the larger Gusii region bagocha tunyare kubwaterana egente getang'ani togokora ntobwate omwega bwogosira ebiombe bia bang'ina n'ebiombe bia baburaka korugo gitutu chache south ebiombe bikaigo twachorete about 80 groups togo support seng'encho ntware kunyara koire ebiombe bionsi so biria bike twachorete koru various polling stations erinde abantu baito banyare gokonyeka na bese nkeigo bakunyara gusira nase ebiasara togokora koruga ari mosocho no togocha gokorera omochango oyo tokorwo etokogenda etogocha mpaka etown asakoro ku roundabout ya Kisii roundabout no tokokora omokutano monene kabisa erinda abarai ababense banyare gotukwanera tokorwa abu kogenda torengote na turasinini igari Kiumbu bakeigo banyare gokwana abarai buna Sifuna na Orengo na Onyonka na Irungu Kang'ata bakwanira abantu akeigo gari asakuru ku Kiumbu tumanya goso akeroka naende abarai aba bonsi banyare ko utubia aba gusiba minto igento kia muhimu mambia tutakuwa na amani naende ntokore omoyega bwa murembe bali bataite gotema gosaria omoyega oyo mumaete we do not condone that aseme kutano yaito ya linda mwananchi oseme kutano ende onsi nko bangagana ekere tole na matiangi ige togotebia baibuli baito bakwanira abana babo mbabasa gwancha abana babo bache gutumeka bobe banyore baumire kurwase mikutano igo tutaye tokoro omoyega bwa murembe omoyega bwa masikani naende togosaba bagusibonsi ipi twanchane tusikane tokore gasiamo ntunegesa kwekemo ntuna manyinga yamo ntobasa gwancha oyo moito atake tuitera amanyinga intuna banta abamo tigatobwatera ntunyare korento gonchoreria se Kenya ito enemy yaito na Eyemo ori twatebe omubisa igakoro ku William Ruto osaririe Ensa yaito na kitogo chira moiga kunyara gosisitiza asaba na inchi buna rasima tobwaterane tokore omonto koro ku William Ruto abe one term aba bande bonsi ipi na abana bankaga chikura chigo ikanto nyale gokwana manganayo
mbinto bwato moyego monene ukora wana Sifuna babo wino na bamuraba minto babo Nyonka babo Kebagendi babo Engoko no tukabwatu moyega gaiga ugocha gochaka musocho asito gokore fundraising asaba boraka igo nabang'ina toche tobororo tokore fundraising eyo tobasire into munekorokana munabarai kubwati storo borai bwaba subati igo asemambi nkubalika mwensi monyare gochaga town moche Kiumbu moche Keroka moche Musocho abantu bonsi tutwara omorembe tokore siasa ingia itabwati machafuko ikiagera omonto gagocha omogeni kiachire gokomotegerera ekeria gosaba nabo komwa gosomorine lakini into base gokora siasa yokorwana into siasa tutaite ne yo morembe ende manyinga tutagitie iteke ekinege siomba ende munaba gusikoru kale baingoteba bana bamombali korwana
asense moyende ekero oborwaire bwa kansa bogenderete kogosereria amagima y'abana inchi ensengima nige serikali ekaunti ya Kisii kubwaterana na university ya Kisii nigo rituko ria rero bachakibe no murubiri bwobotuki na koira omubaro bw'abarwaire ba kansa eriko rige chinchira cyo kubwaterana na babwatane eriko kinia chinchira bakonyora obobwenia gukwana se university yo mubaso orera babwatane nigo batebire buna eng'encho nero yogokora use yogokora obotuki bumwenderete eriko koro muchando oyoiga buburire bwa kansa nonya nabo nigo batebire buna kansa yorobere nigo egenderete koba okugosereria okonene na igo nebwenderete kurigerigwa chinchira cyokuyekora.
We are partnering with the county government of Kisii in handling the health matters. As you all know, health is a devolved function, and we are partnering with the county government of Kisii in this. And in developing our niche on cancer research and management, we are currently engaging various stakeholders and organizing seminars, workshops, and meetings.
My name is Dr. Bahati. I'm an oncoplastic breast surgeon based at the Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital. I had the pleasure of attending the workshop that was held in Kisii University earlier this week, and we had fantastic discussions that were looking at the burden of cancer globally and more so in Kisii. We know that cancer is becoming a global burden with rising cases, and the same is also being mirrored in Kenya. In Kisii too, we are making strategies to see whether we can increase our data collection on cancer. Currently, Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital, in conjunction with Kisii County, has partnered with the University of Manchester, and we are now establishing a cancer registry to be able to collect this data. So far, the efforts that have been done, we have some statistics that show us what the 5 leading cancers in Kisii are. First on the list is breast cancer, closely followed by cervical cancer, esophageal cancer is the 3rd one, colorectal the 4th one, and prostate being the 5th cancer that we are seeing county. There will be hospital-based cancer registries, meaning we'll be recording incidences of cancer of all patients seen in these facilities, whether they've come from Kisii County or from the surrounding counties around here. I believe this is one of the best ways to curb this rising burden of cancer by having data that will guide us to make evidence-based decisions. Thank you.
Kisii serves almost like 9 counties as a referral. So we have a prostate, breast, cervical cancer, esophagus. They are big, and the numbers are actually big, as maybe the oncologists will find out. They are big, and it's really becoming important that we get everything right.
Byamano mwancho muriria ase okubwati na gotengera Amayia sinchira yubwikira no Ensa Eyemo ya bono botuko na gwikira gabuno tugwikira omwere kurinde chinsa isato ningirane na yanda mange toskare ne TV yake Ishmael Mogere